All right, let's get to it. Sorry for the delay. Come on, bud. Today is 9/8, September the 8th. And as we discussed, as you predicted, today we are doing 3-step equations. I clicked through a bunch just now, so I had the TV off. I was looking kind of preemptively at your assignment that you're about to do, and I didn't see any where there's like variable equals variable number. I'm going to include that though in today's notes. So just kind of be informed that you probably won't see a certain part of this, but that doesn't make it unimportant. This assignment is pretty repetitively the same sort of thing. So let's begin with that. 3-step equations have a very characteristic look to them. They're going to look like this. You'll just know them. And honestly, as we get more into next week and we get into the 4 and 5 and 6-step equations, you'll see that they all come back to this point. Equations just always arrive here. And if I do my job well and you do your job well, you'll see what I mean in about 4 or 5 days. So this becomes like the end of the problem. For now, it's new to us, but it will become like, oh, I'm at the end. I'm at the final 3-step stage. So I get one chance to not mess this up with you, so here it goes. You have options here. There are 4 of them. There are 4 correct answers to this question of what could I do? And to be clear, if I asked Alexis and she said, I want to subtract the 3x away from both sides, I would say that's fine. If I asked Zane, he said, I feel like adding this 4 away. I want to get rid of that 4. I'd say that's fine. And then if I asked Brenna, what do you want to do? And she said, I want to add 4x. I'd say, great. And so on and so forth. You can kill any one of the 4 terms that you wish. But if I get one shot at this, I want you to hear me say this. This will help you. While you have this choice, while you have this freedom, and you get one shot at this, you should always, you're going to hear me say this like 100 times, you should control the variables. And what I mean by that is you get one shot to be in control of whether x has a positive number in front of it or a negative number in front of it. And what I mean by this, and you don't have to write this part, I'm going to write this in red. Don't write this down. But what I mean is, like, I don't have any data to back this up. I have never conducted like formal research, but I in my heart believe that if I give this question and this question, I in my heart believe that this one gets missed over. Why? Because there's a negative on the x. The negative on the 21 in the top equation tends not to be as much of a bother. And so whether you believe me or not, I 100% am convinced that we're going to do better if we keep x having a positive number in front of it. And I'm here to tell you that you always, if you want, can control that. You always, shut your Chromebooks, please. You can always, close your Chromebook, please. You can always control your x's. You have the final say as to where the x's go and whether they will be positive or negative. So when I ask you, what should we do in this equation? If you tell me you want to add 4, I'm going to say no. Not saying it's wrong, I just won't do it. And if you say, well, then let's subtract 17, I'll say no. If I'm saying this right and you're hearing me right, this number to you and this number to you should not exist at this point. Clear? Don't monkey with them. So having said that, what we want to think about now is, okay, so I think what Mr. Ahern is saying is I should get my x's together onto the same side. Remember what I said before yesterday is we're all about getting the x's to one side, don't care which side, and then getting the numbers on the other side. And so at this point, I have options. Should I do this? No, because it's going to go exactly against what I just said. If I subtract 3x, it's like, okay, great. I made this 3x go away. And yes, I'm making progress. But how many x's will there be over here? Negative 7x. And I'm not saying that you all couldn't handle it. I'm just saying, if we can improve our probability of success just a little bit, why not take it? So you will not see me when I'm doing these just randomly pick one and run with it. I am always going to, like a hawk, going to search and pick the x that has the smallest number in front of it and kill it first 100% of the time. Clear? So having sat through that little 3-minute speech, I would ask you, what should we do? And you would say, well, let's add 4x. And I would say, I support this. So we're going to add the 4x right here, and we're going to add the 4x right here. And the 4x's are our inverses. We're going to cancel them out. And as I keep saying, no random work off to the side, no mad scientist scribblings on a cave wall. We're organized. We're going to bring things down. We're going to rebuild a brand new equation one step down below. What's it going to say? That's it. And you realize now, hey, this looks familiar. It's interesting. Like, okay, so Wednesday's work, we were making them look like Monday's work. Thursday's work, we're now making them look like Wednesday's work, which we can then make look like Tuesday's work. You follow? We're taking and just chipping away at the stone. At this point, there are no more options based on last night's. What would we have to do? Yeah, there's no other answer that I would accept. The variables have said the left side now we claim, it's ours. So the -4 says, well, I guess I'll show myself out. And so we add 4 and we add 4. We cancel out our inverses. And again, we are organized. We're going to drop down the structure of a new equation. Every time you're building a new, shorter math problem. And finally, what do we do? Right. And then I finish the job. And I get x equals 3. Okay. I'm going to put another one on the board, and I'll let you copy it down. I'll give you like 10 seconds, and then I'm going to ask you guys what we should do. And I will only take one answer. There will be 4 correct ones, but I'm only going to want one of them. So let's go. Let's do -5y minus 15 equals y plus 3. If on a test you decide to pick one of the ones that I don't like, it's fine. It'll work. If you know what you're doing, you can get to the right place. But if I'm the guy up here talking to you with this fake digital pen thing, I want one answer. What should we do to both sides? There is only one that I want. Kyla? Yes, I would take nothing else. I look at the variables. As far as I'm concerned, that -15 and that +3, they're dead to me. I don't even see them. They don't have y's. Not interested. I want to control my y's. And -5 is smaller than +1. So I say, well, -5, if I get rid of you, I'm guaranteed a positive. So I don't care about right and left. It's not important to me. So I'm going to do what Kyla said. I'm going to add 5y and add 5y. Guaranteed 100% of the time, then I can control the situation. I like it this way. If you're wondering where I got 6y, yet again and again and again, we will discuss this. There is a 1 in front of that y that you, of course, can't see. And 1y plus 5 more y's makes 6y's. Questions so far? Once you pick that first step, you're locked in. What is the next choice? The only choice? -3. Because now the numbers have to join each other on the other side. Left, right, don't care. It's just the other side. So the 3's we cross off. We drop down the 6y equals, and what's -15 minus 3? It is a lot of yawning going on this morning. Yes, it is -18. Good job, Bryce. What time did you go to bed? Like 2? Were you up playing on InstaTweet, sending some snapgrams to your shotties? That's yeah, see, that's okay, never mind. So we're going to divide both sides now, of course, by 6. So I can always choose to divide by a positive number, drop my y, drop my equals. What's the answer? Definitely -3. Do you guys feel comfortable so far with what's going on? Okay, so I just wanted to throw in a little bit and then we'll be done. There's not a lot to this lesson. I think it's, please just know there are best ways to do it, but there are also other right ways to do it. So you're going to see some equations like this. Not today, but in the future you will. So Now, I'm going to contradict myself because of the nature of this problem. Here we are today learning three-step equations. I just wanted to throw out that this is a two-step equation, but it shares the characteristic with the other equations that it's got variables on both sides. If my first 7 or 8 minutes of this have gone well, then hopefully I've gotten stuck in your head the idea that I should always pick the variables first, and I should always kill the smaller one. Is that correct? It is. However, in this case, I'm going to contradict myself. Everything, I feel like you can make exceptions. Like there are little things where you go, well, maybe in this one case, right? What would be the problem if I looked at the x's and I put a bullseye on the negative 5x and said, I'm going to add 5x? What happens? There's going to be nothing on the other side. And there are workarounds for this, but in the context of where we're at in our learning, if this instance should arise, this is the one time when it's okay to say, I'm not worried about controlling the x's. I'm worried about accomplishing my task. I got nothing to do with the 81. That's the issue here. Is the 81 is locked. The 81's like, I got right side. Leave me alone. And so that puts us in a position where we're going to sacrifice a little bit and just say, no big deal. I am going to subtract 4x in this case because, like Kyla said, I don't want there to be nothing on that one side. So it's okay from time to time if you just go, I'll just take what I get. And what is negative 5x's minus 4 more x's? Negative 9x's, which is equal to positive 81. And then we, of course, now divide by negative 9. Cancel them out. What does x equal? Negative 9. Good. So you guys feel like you have any questions about this? All right. The Delta Maths prediction for how long this assignment should take was 30 minutes. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it is up. It posted itself like 15 minutes ago. It's due Monday, I think. I put it Sunday at midnight. So I'm guessing you'll have it done before you leave class today. All right. Let me know if you need help, okay?